He don't even have his headphones on yet, bro.
All right. All too good. All right, we're recording. Boxing fan, what it is, what it do. It is your boy, Rob, Mr. LP, representing that 4luvofboxing, like I always do. We here on a special freaking recording, and we got my peoples here, man. We got my mans, none other than Guapodamus and the great one.
Yes!
Go right ahead and introduce yourselves.
You know, one and only great one, representing the best city in the world. All right, city of Phoenix, Arizona. That big badass bird gang.
I like that. I'm gonna tell you though.
Know.
I'm gonna tell you though. On a Tuesday, I'm a man that needs no introduction. So let's get this thing going.
Let's
bro.
go.
I'm gonna get you. On a Tuesday, we're gonna give a little bit of quick banter talk, right? I want you to think of a rematch fight that lived up to the hype of the first fight. That actually gave you a good second fight. Because there's tons of times when that first fight happens and then the rematch don't really quite live up to. I want you to think of a time when it actually did live up to it. And what's a fight you think? Let's go. We'll start it there. I'm sure y'all can think of some fights.
Honorary mention, Tyson Holyfield bit his ear off.
Yeah, he did bite his ear off.
He bit his ear off in the rematch.
See, you know what ended up happening
was crazy.
there? That's an amazing one that you can bring up. I remember that the rematch is called The Sound of the Fury, and then he bit his ear off somehow. The ears will pick up sound, so it made it even funnier. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. Recapping that first fight between them actually was amazing, man. Holyfield was able to sit in there, bro. Take it from Tyson.
He took some punches, bro.
Yes, Tyson brought it, bro.
He took some big punches.
Tyson brought it. He just didn't know what to do once Holyfield started landing body shots, bro.
And it was just one of those things where Holyfield always bullied the bully. Even during the amateur the storylines back in the day, it was like when they were like in the Olympic box office training facility and stuff. Tyson bullied everybody. We're talking about the Mark Brelands, the Pernell Whitakers, everybody. And then Holyfield coming into play. And it's like, what does the motherfucker think he is? And he was like, Captain Save him. And was protecting the younger kids and stuff. Like, boy, who do you think you are? And he used to rough up Tyson. A true story. That actually has been rolled out by all these legends.
Well, and for a long time, there's even a documentary on ESPN that you could actually watch. It's one of the 30 for 30 documentaries, but it's an excellent documentary. It's actually called Chasing Tyson. And it's Evander Holyfield's story of what he had to live through to actually get the fight with Tyson. It gives great insight, bro. I mean, if people actually think back, right, it was Tyson going to prison is what actually prevented that fight from happening sooner than what it did. That was a shame, man, that we didn't see them in their exact prime. That would have been an interesting fight back then, bro. That would have been such an
oxymoron of a statement, though. What I mean by you Tyson fans have this delusion.
Us Tyson fans, bro. I'm liking that I get included, bro.
I'll own it.
Me too.
Hey, check it out. You guys got this delusion about in his prime, he was a 20-something-year-old kid who was fighting a bunch of bums. It is what it is. He wasn't fighting the fucking Evander Holyfields. He wasn't fighting the Lennox Lewis, who are always fucking there. Cus D'Amato made it clear during their amateur fucking days when Lennox Lewis used to come from Canada to Catskill to get his sparring in. He used to tell Kevin Rooney and freaking Teddy Atlas. He said at some point our paths are gonna cross with that big old freaking dude there. And I fear it because our man cannot beat him. Cus already made it clear as day.
Let me ask you this,
and he never had a chance. And then when they finally did fight, miss me with this whole. First off, Lewis is older. Secondly, Lewis retired before all these people. Lewis was in the Olympics and did his thing.
Let me ask this question. Since it's Tuesday banter, and you got to stick up for the other side a little bit too.
Okay.
Through the first 7 years of their career, who has a better resume? And you're calling them all bums. Because you're calling them all bums, but who's got a better resume? First 7 years.
All right. So, now you're asking a question that doesn't make any sense, man.
No. Just answer. Because I'll tell you what. Who was the youngest heavyweight champ of all time?
Right place, right time. Right place, right time.
Yes.
No.
That's when he was born.
What could you take? Why you can't take
questions? He hates Tyson, bro.
Why do you dodge
He hates
questions?
Tyson. And Mike Tyson, if you're out there and you ever want to come on the 4luvofboxing podcast, please remember the detail. I had your back from the beginning, bro.
Look, Customato.
Such a hater.
Customato was a legendary trainer who had his hands on world champions way before Mike Tyson. Jose Torres was one of the greatest that ever did it. Top 50 in my book, too, as a matter of fact. And then he got the first coined youngest heavyweight champion of the world, which was
Floyd Patterson.
Floyd Patterson.
Like, he didn't think I knew.
Yes, I did. I was about to call you out, brother. I was about to call you out. Floyd Patterson, at 21 years old and some change, was the youngest heavyweight champion of the world back in those days. And we're talking 50s.
Yeah.
Now, Customato ended up retiring off of his boxing intelligence, but that's his expertise. So he was retired, living with the missus in their beautiful home in Catskill and stuff. But then he used to come into town and stuff, and he used to go talk to the people all around the town, including the police station, checking on things, see how the town's going and this and that. And one of the guys was like, "Yeah, man, we got these troubled youths. We're trying to get them freaking involved." I'm like, "Hey, would you be interested in working on some of these kids?" And it wasn't just a one-off situation. It was an arrangement that he set up years before Tyson came into play. So like Teddy Atlas was one of those troubled youth that actually went to Catskill to actually train under Cuss, but in this particular situation, it was not as a fighter. It was actually as being a better person and becoming a coach. Okay. But when Mike Tyson came into play, he brought him in, he moved him into the house, settled him in and all that stuff. And it's a great, beautiful story about a man who really tried to push. And at this point, he was just doing it dead ass for the love of boxing.
Yeah.
He was just trying to keep kids off the streets. He wasn't trying to go down that path and that road, and then just one thing led to another. I mean, he started trying out. He had Kevin Rooney. Rooney was like a solid pro, but he was never like him. You know what I'm saying? He was training Teddy Atlas to become a boxer, but when Teddy Atlas got into that freaking road rage situation where they cut his freaking face all the way down and stuff, and in that incident, like, you really can't, like, that healing had to take some place and time. So that's why he actually pivoted into doing his the training with Cuss. But with Mike Tyson coming in and stuff, they're like, okay, this is the guy. And at a young age, 15 years old, he was knocking out grown-ass men in the sparring sessions. And that's dope. I mean, obviously the man had a lot of power, and he was like, okay, he has a lot of aggression, a lot of anger. We're going to hone it and make him a freaking superstar. And Cuss, with everybody that he's had experience with, and he knows a lot of people in the game, they made it work. And his goal was, and respect and RIP to the guy, his goal was, this is me paraphrasing regarding everything because I don't want to hear it, but his goal was, he's like, I am coined as the man that trained and brought the world the youngest heavyweight champion of the world. What more can I do? Oh, I got an idea. This kid's 15. How about I beat my own record? And he fucking did. And that's amazing. Right place, right time, though.
You want me to tell you, though?
Let's keep it real.
Listen, if Cuss D'Amato don't pass away, give him 15 years, Tyson would have been 75-0. And then there's nothing anybody could have said, bro.
Well, wait up. Let me ask you this. So, you said right place, right time. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So, you get Tyson.
He also, his only losses were because of that, bro. Oh, right place, right time. And I'll elaborate on what I mean by that.
His losses are stupidity. Like, the couple of them he didn't train right.
Well,
right?
Correct. Well, hold on. So, if we talk about that, right, the Buster Douglas.
But that to Buster Douglas, right? But hold on. Right place, right time, right? But I believe that in professional sports, that's why whether it's basketball, they say that, oh, LeBron James can't play against Michael Jordan or can't play against whatever. But you know what? Some players are just they're cross-generational. It doesn't matter, right? Mike Tyson, I believe, is a cross-generational fighter. Muhammad Ali, same thing. No matter what time, maybe not Roy Jones. Okay, but
you guys are discrediting Roy again.
No, I'm not discrediting. I'm just saying if we're talking
So what you're talking about though? When you're going
saying, let me finish.
He was impactful, 100%.
No.
Go ahead.
This is what I'm saying. Is I believe that Iron Mike would have won in any generation.
I agree.
So if you were to put him against the Klitschko's, see, that's
no.
No. But listen, he's not a fan.
If you were to put
he's
him,
not a fan. Here's the deal
No,
with
no,
Tyson.
hold on. Allow me. Can I share it before?
Well, hold on.
I'm going to cut you off.
Listen,
Let
me get my point in.
Let you
talk, bro.
If Mike
question.
If Mike Tyson took on Joe Frazier, who's an all-time great,
he
Tyson
knocks him
wins.
out in 60 seconds.
Tyson wins. So I'm gonna lay that.
He would have knocked Foreman out too, bro. I'm just saying.
Okay.
He did Larry Holmes, and Larry Holmes is younger than Foreman.
I'm gonna take a coin flip on Ali. Okay? Because they're both quick as shit. All right? And they both
Ali's mythical. It's something else.
Okay? So, but now, my question is...
These guys.
Exactly. Because you're all up riding Usyk's dick, right? So, if he were to fight Usyk right now, who would win? That's the question.
Usyk, the way
No,
far more superior fighter.
Usyk would have been tailor-made for Tyson, bro. And it all depends which Tyson you're talking about. Are we talking about pre-prison Tyson or
I'm
post-prison
talking
Tyson?
about Emmanuel Stewart.
but here's the
trained-
thing.
There is a difference. There is a difference. That's
there
why I
is.
said it for 7 years. Now, hold on.
There is. Inexperience. He was fighting on Pinkley Thomas. Tony Tubbs.
But listen, that's the part that I was
Let
trying
me-
to
let
say.
me- let me
the
comment
whole
on that.
once in a lifetime
Quick
shit,
Tillis.
right? He lost to Buster
These
Douglas.
are guys that are
And-
irrelevant in boxing,
and
bro.
he lost to
Respectfully.
he lost to Buster Douglas because he didn't train properly, right? Having said that, that was a dude that got let down by his corner.
And he basically,
in Tokyo, bro.
and guess
Straight
what?
up, his corner didn't even have a fucking end swell in the corner.
And guess
bro,
what?
to help him work it.
During the 80s, all he did was fight a bunch of Buster Douglas. Dead ass, bro. There was nobody fucking else to stand
he
out.
fought Michael Spinks and destroyed him.
Michael Spinks
He
already
fought Larry
semi-retired.
Holmes and destroyed him.
Old.
Who had the titles too?
Spinks.
Trevor Burby had the titles. He knocked Trevor Burby. That was one of the most beautiful knockouts. If you go back and watch that one, Burby wanted to fight, bro. Tyson was just something else then, and I don't think there was anybody who could have handled Tyson during that time, bro. In any era. If you throw somebody in any era and then go, at least not the guys now.
I want to break it down like this. Simple. I'm going to simplify it like no other. Tyson's not even the best in his era. He's number 3.
Oh, my.
Peep this. You hear what I just said, though? He's number 3, and that's not a knock. Because he is great. I'm not denying his greatness. I don't want you guys for 1 second, including you listeners, for 1 second, I don't want you guys to think that I'm downplaying what Tyson did and what he did.
Downplaying 100%.
No, wait. I beg
me,
the listeners
Lennox
to
Lewis-
please comment.
Lennox Lewis
Please comment.
and Evander Real Deal Holyfield will always have the upper hand over Mike Tyson.
Lennox
Lewis
Lewis
Lewis is the greatest heavyweight of all time, and he would have knocked Muhammad Ali out. I said what I said.
He does say that a lot, bro. Last time, there's a video, and the fans go back and watch and stop moving because your sound is going back and forth every time you're moving, right? But there's a clip of him saying that to me at one point where he goes, "Yeah," and Lennox Lewis would have been better than Ali, bro. And my reaction was just that in that clip, bro. My head drops. I can't believe
Maybe
that
a Dance Dance Revolution.
Lennox Lewis talks nice, but I don't even think he could spell Muhammad Ali, bro, let alone be better than him and beat him, bro.
Dude,
you're
Muhammad
being serious
Ali's
now, bro,
dude,
because he's an
Ali
Englishman.
would have literally danced circles
He would
around
have done
Lewis.
circles in the top of the morning and in the bottom of the morning too.
So one telling factor that you guys are missing in regards to the names you mentioned, both of you guys, Lewis and the Klitschko's. You know what the common denominator right there was?
Size.
The greats, Emmanuel Stewart, who knew.
I did say that. Yeah.
Who knew how to train fighters tall, not fight. And
Well,
train,
hold on.
not train.
This is the
no.
This is the greatness of
not
what
train
you
tall fighters,
Holyfield
but
too?
train fighters tall.
This is the greatness, bro, of being able to say dream match, right? Because you could even go into any era and go, okay, which person and which thing, and you can kind of analyze it from that perspective. Because if we're also saying, if we're talking
Because you're talking prime, bro.
If we're talking about Lennox Lewis fighting in the '60s, Lennox Lewis gets knocked out at least 10 times if he would have fought in the '60s and the '70s. Because that's what kind of transition of fight would have been back then. Having said that, if you bring up any of those dudes from the 60s and the 70s and you put them in 2005 and let them see that Lennox and that style of fighting, Lennox destroys every single last one of them. and he outboxes them and then knocks them out, bro. But it all depends into which era you fight, bro. Because different eras call different
things. Exactly.
Now, to me, my point that I was making originally was you can throw Tyson into any era. And Tyson is going to be top 3 in any of those.
Knocking motherfuckers out.
Knocking motherfuckers out.
Like I said, the golden era of heavyweight boxing is the 70s. Ali, Frazier, Ken Norton, George Foreman,
you don't think Foreman would have taken out Lewis?
No. In fact, I'm sorry. There is actually footage of Foreman making it clear as day he would never step in the ring to fight Lewis. In fact, they asked him. They're like, what about you, George? When he was doing his commentating before he became heavyweight champion. He's like, are you interested in taking on this young man? No. And I actually encourage the rest of you guys, stay away from this man. This guy's a monster. I don't even want to fight.
But I swear, hand to
God, before he became champion, George Foreman said that on God.
You asked a 40-year-old George Foreman, he said he would have told him to meet him in the ring and he'd have eaten him.
I'm talking about this
in between two buns off of his grill master.
This was pre-George Foreman.
He's talking about the 50-year-old.
That's what I'm saying. He's talking about the 60-year-old Foreman
who knew.
Well, get out of here, man.
So
wait. Let me say this.
This is
my conversation. Talk a lot, right?
Hold on.
But listen. We're returning it to banter because I still have another second counterpoint to this whole argument.
All right.
When you take Tyson, and he mentioned Holyfield, he mentioned Lewis, and he put Lewis at the top of that. I would say you also have to take into consideration quality of losses. Tyson lost to Lewis, Holyfield. Big, humongous fools that were twice his fucking size, right? Holyfield lost to some of those dudes too in crazy battles. Lennox lost to fucking...
Here we go.
Hasim Rahman was a hell of a fucking puncher.
Here we go.
But if you look at the Oliver motherfucking call fight, bro, he literally got caught by a puncher who...
Closed his eyes.
We were laughing at Butterbean.
Closed his eyes.
Because Butterbean does the tornado punch. Oliver McCall used to do the D. Brown tornado half punch, bro, which was cover up the eyes first and then swing with the tornado like this. And he landed it on Lennox, bro. To me, that loss fucks it up for Lennox when it comes to being the number one dude.
But with that, though, Lennox Lewis at that point, this is pre-Emmanuel Stewart, by the way, was fighting. No,
that's why I said. That's why I said quality of losses.
Was fighting to his level of opposition. And he took it out. Ironically, just so you guys would know, in case you guys didn't, the man in the corner in Oliver McCall's team that night was Emmanuel Stewart.
Hey, Rob, who's a better trainer, Emmanuel Stewart or Cus D'Amato?
I can.
My goodness,
that.
Man, that's really that's a really good question, man. They're both great. And if I'm being honest, I'm gonna have to keep it real because my stance on the overall greatness of trainers, and there's a lot of great trainers out there. Nacho Berenstein, to me, is the best. And the reason why is because Nacho has actually groomed kids from the amateur rankings all the way to all-time great
Most
status.
recently, Lester Martinez.
And there's a handful. He has two handful of fighters that he brought into world champion status from the amateurs.
This man who drops amazing banter, he drops great knowledge, but he should be a motherfucking politician because did you just see how this motherfucker avoided the fucking question and instead of answering what the fucking question was,
getting there.
He brought somebody else up into
I'm getting there.
Nobody said anything about Nacho.
Let me ask you this.
Wait, I'm getting there.
How many champs has Emmanuel Stewart?
That's what I'm trying to get at. Hold on.
That's easy, man.
My point was, listen. I know. Hey, look. Nacho Berenstein overall is the greatest in my opinion because he's groomed fighters from bottom up. Between Emmanuel Stewart and Cus D'Amato, Emmanuel Stewart had more fighters under his belt because he stayed more active as opposed to Cus again retiring for like a couple of decades, so he came back. But the difference is, Manny Stewart never actually grabbed a guy and groomed him from the amateur rankings all the way up to the top. Cus D'Amato has done it a few times. And that right there, for me, makes the pick Cus over Manny Stewart.
Cus D'Amato has had world champions back when there used to be one belt. when there was no,
That's a
hey,
good point.
wondering who's got the fucking belt. No, there was no wondering because only one dude could have the belt back
Yeah.
then. You know, so,
And with that, so
No
like
WBC,
that
WBO,
there
didn't
was none of that
exist.
shit.
That
It was
didn't
one-
exist. It was
one
just
belt, no
the champion of the world.
IBC.
And the thing is though, so back in that time, so they had the rankings. So they had the top 10 rankings, right? Actually, take that back. They had top 15 back in the day.
Hey,
and the thing with going on is, out of those 15 people that are in there, 7 of them will be world champions today.
yeah.
But because
They
back
learned.
then there's only one bout, they had to go through that guy. And the prime example is the great, we mentioned him a couple episodes ago, the great Carlos Monzon. Monzon went on like a 75 fight undefeated streak. Now he wasn't an undefeated fighter, but when he became champion, he went 75 fights unbeaten. He was the fucking man. If you wanted to be champion, you had to face him.
That's
And
what.
he
That's what
beat
made.
everybody.
That's what made Roberto Duran, in my book, the greatest lightweight of all time, bro. Because he fought at a time when he fought everybody and embarrassed the fuck out of everybody. Then moved up and grabbed the welterweight belt, but at lightweight, nobody was beating Duran, bro.
I
It's
want
impossible,
to point something out to you guys. We're 20 minutes in. We started off with an initial question.
I know, right?
We completely sidebar, but it's all to the good. I hope you guys are
He
enjoying
did
the
it.
banter.
He said,
Now, hold on.
He took
I
it
did.
there.
Hey,
His
hey,
hatred
hey,
of Tyson took it
wait,
there.
and speaking of Tyson, hold on. I did want to. You did say something that I did want to pin and go back on. Let me finish. I got a question.
Go
for
ahead,
you.
go ahead.
Okay, but I'm gonna end it with a question. You had mentioned Tyson pre-prison, pre-conviction, or post-conviction. Now, to me, that was a pre-marriage Tyson and then a post-having babies Tyson. You know, some people say he has grown man strength. You know, he has dad strength after, he has kids. Because if you would have had Tyson's body after he got out of prison, he was bulkier, right? He was thicker.
Yeah, he got his man straight.
He got his man
Again,
straight.
you guys are like,
Now-
he was a kid.
that wasn't
here's
it.
my-
No, that
so
wasn't it.
here's my
That-
question.
Hold on,
The point there, though.
let him get there real
Here's my
quick.
question. So we can
Let him
all
land.
agree that there was a physical difference in Tyson post-prison or pre-prison, right?
Right.
Okay. If you would have taken post-prison Tyson's body, okay, and put his skills that he had
With
prior to,
With Customato.
would that have changed your opinion?
Or listen, and I only said if Customato was alive. I didn't even say if Customato was training, because Customato would have had Teddy Atlas training, and a Mike Tyson taken by Teddy Atlas would have kept going and kept going and kept going, bro.
So let's not forget this. So Customato, even during the Tyson era, it was Teddy Atlas who did a lot of the traveling, taking Tyson to the Olympic box office and all that stuff. Customato was getting up there in age. He couldn't get up into the ring, so he was doing his thing from the sidelines, training his fighter. But he also had his prodigies, Kevin Rooney and Teddy Atlas, as part of the training camp.
But that's always been
So-
part of it, right? Emmanuel Stewart did the same thing with Sugar, bro. So that's part of how boxing goes.
Yeah, so the point is, Teddy Atlas actually had his hands on him too until, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole regarding the reason why he left and stuff, but there was a dispute and everything. But Teddy Atlas got eliminated off the freaking chessboard, and it became Kevin Rooney. So when Customato did pass away, it was Kevin Rooney that was actually guiding the career of Mike Tyson, which, in my opinion, whether you rank him number 2 or number 3 behind Teddy Atlas or not, with Customato, it doesn't matter. But the fact of the matter is, they were all on the same page on how they were grooming this monster.
That's why I said
But my point
Customato,
is that
because Customato would have been the glue that would have kept that together, bro.
But I don't think it's just that. That's what I'm trying to get at. So I think Kevin Rooney could have done a great job. I blame, if for you guys as hardcore Tyson fans, the person you want to look at and blame in regards to this is Don King. Because Don King scratched the entire fucking table. He wiped it completely shaken clean and told Mike Tyson, he's like, you a young, strong black brother. Like, you need freaking help. Bring your other people, your peoples up and this and that. And he started throwing in fucking managers and trainers and stuff of same ethnicity, but with the lack of skills. And that's where the downfall started to fucking come into play.
Listen,
it had nothing to do about going to
Mr.
prison
LP.
because before
Mr.
that even
LP.
happened, they took Kevin Rooney out off the book. And in my opinion, that was the beginning of the end right there.
Mr. LP, tell me what time we at right now.
Man, that's 24 minutes.
24 minutes later, Guapodamus is going to be signing you off. This was supposed to be a Tuesday banter of what we were going to call...
we could have Mike Tyson banter.
Rematch banter, and it turned into Mr. LP saying he hates Tyson, and then...
That was on you guys. You guys make this whole situation. We need to answer the question.
Having said that,
go back to that some other time.
Having said that, it's a beautiful thing when the great one is the one that causes a whole 25 minutes of banter to be gone.
Yeah, I know.
I love it.
And I even said it wasn't even my pick.
I love it.
It was a fucking. I said that it wasn't even my pick. It was just an honorable mention.
I know.
Remember?
Hold on. So at this point, we're definitely going to wrap it up on this Taco Tuesday. So we're going to actually come back on another show so we can actually get that one through. This one turned into a Mike Tyson debate. But boxing fam, we appreciate you. Success and nothing less. Stay blessed. Continue to watch out to the show. Y'all go ahead. Want to say your goodbyes real quick?
I do not. I was not introduced. Remember, the man who needs no introduction.
Continue. Oh, you already know the great one says, hey, to the best city in the world. We will catch you next time.
Success and nothing less,
we love you on a Tuesday.
Let's go!
Yeah!